another big challenge, which I know you spend a lot of time thinking about, so much so that Amazon has bought its own small nuclear reactor, is energy. Yeah. And Amazon's not the only one. I mean, other big tech companies are investing in their own energy sources. Now, nuclear is all well and good, but I think I read that these little moderate
small modular
reactors aren't going to come on stream until 2036 at the latest. So that's great, but what are you going to do in the meantime to meet the energy demands? I mean, is there going to be, given the demands, is there going to be enough electricity left over for everything else?
Yeah. I think it's 2030, hopefully, not 2036. So
well, these things always run
over. We're more optimistic they can deliver a little sooner than that. But they're just part of the portfolio. And so I think there's a number of things that, as we think about both energy now, energy in the next, call it 3 to 5 years, and then energy 10 years out, I think we're trying to think about all of those different timelines because it's really impactful. As you think, particularly if you think about these generative AI models that folks are building, estimates are that kind of 2 to 3 models out, an individual model may require somewhere between 1 to 5 gigawatts of power, which is like a small to medium, maybe a large city. It's like 1 million households or something like that. And so it's an enormous amount of power that these models could require in the future. And so we're thinking about, in the near term, there are projects in place that can meet all of the needs in the next couple of years. And many of those are renewable, by the way, whether they're wind, whether they're solar, et cetera. We've invested, Amazon, over the last 5 years, every year for the last 5 years, has been the biggest investor in renewable power projects all around the world. We've done more than 500 renewable power projects, funding brand new projects, bringing new power onto the grid to power what we think is an important renewable source of power. And we think that nuclear can be a big part of that. And so some of that, by the way, is bringing on, there's a bunch of nuclear around the world that's been shuttered because people didn't need actually that source of power. And so the very first project we did was a partnership with Talon in Pennsylvania to bring almost a gigawatt, or eventually be almost a gigawatt of power back online that just wasn't being used in the world today. And so some of that is bringing some of these plants back online. Some of it is thinking about how you can refurbish, called dirty energy plants or whatever, and bring them back online as clean energy plants. And some of them are investing long term. And some of these small modular reactors, you're right, they're not going to solve anything in the 2020s, but in the 2030s, and in 2030 plus, they could be an excellent source of energy as we're looking to solve the energy problems.